Yeah. So I welcome everyone to the fifth episode of the Youth Sustainability Dialogue. And today, in today's session, we have with us our very special guest, Nichang Cho Clinton, who is the country representative of African Caribbean Pacific Diaspora Support Service. He's also the member of Yali Regional Leadership Center, Accra, Ghana, and member of Chatham House London and Wellisian Foundation. We welcome you to be a part of the live show, Nachang. How are you doing today?
No, I'm good, and you. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'm really grateful to be in the midst of great minds. Yes. So
It's our pleasure to have you in for this episode. Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much. Okay, like she said earlier, she gave a brief introduction about me. Then I will add something about that. Yeah, I'm a operation manager of Electric Africa in Cameroon, which provides solar energies in rural areas, especially in places where in villages that they don't have light. So we give them light, and with my team, we make sure that they benefit from what we do. And not to forget, I also belongs in Africa, one African forum which is based in our South Africa, which we are trying to do our best to make sure that each and every one is not left behind in the society. So, like she said earlier, she has already set a brief introduction about me. Then I'll wait on her to give me the next, I think, the next step.
So, thank you so much for sharing a brief about the place where you are working. And before we actually start with a series of questions for you, so we really want to know. Your passion, as in, what is that one thing that you are really passionate in solving, and about your journey. How has been your journey so far? So, how has been your journey so far? What were your good experiences? What were the experiences that made you feel that you should work towards bringing about a change? And also, as your role as a country representative, what are the responsibilities that you carry out? Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much again. And as a role as a representative, which is the organization is based in London and based in Belgium too, which I'm in Cameroon, a Cameroonian by nationality, which I represent them. So as a role, I has a lot of role to play. Like for example, what is happening in the northwest and southwest in Cameroon, which most ladies, especially young girls, they suffer the most. So as a rule, we are planning by the beginning of June, which will decide to provide them some few needs, like maybe sanitary pads, to buy bag of rice. We are going to share mosquito nets, buy oil, buy savon so that they can cater for themselves. Yes, as also as a country representative, I'm there also to save my community, making sure that nobody should be left behind. So, and also as my passion about my organization, I have a lot of passion because not everyone will have a passion to do something. So, having that passion, it makes me more determined to look at people in the society to help them in one or two ways because I have seen that most people who lives within us, that they are dying inside, but they will never come and tell you that they are dying inside. So we have to take that time. We have to go out, look at the situation, visit those people who are in need, sit down and talk to them. And when we talk to them, you see the way they express themselves and the way they even talk, you yourself, you can feel pity. So we should look at, as me, I sit down and make sure that every smile, those in the community within me, they should always smile. They should find happiness. That is my passion to make sure that everyone.
So that's a very noble cause. I mean, also very inspirational that you mentioned about two things. No one should be left behind, and the other thing is that always keep your community members happy, which is very true in the present time. So, which makes me really curious to ask you this question. So, because you actually are working a lot with a lot of organization, and also you are trying to bring about an impact so that you are able to create a better world for everyone, leaving no one behind. So, what are the sustainable development goals that you are actually focusing on while doing your work, and which are the sustainable development goals that you also plan to work on in the coming year, so as to achieve the 2030 agenda of the sustainable development goals as proposed by the United Nations?
Okay, some of the sustainable development goals that I am working towards it is quality education and gender because I have really seen that with quality education for ladies, like I work with the Welisano Foundation, which is to make young girls that dream come true, which is basically on girls. So I have looked at and I have seen that quality education need to be a sustainable goals that we have to look at, for especially for young girls. You see, most young girls are very ignorant and they fall into traps. They fall into mistakes, which later on they regret. So we have to make sure that these young girls that we see in the community, they should deserve the best of education. That's why they say the best thing you can give your girl child, it is education. Then what will come of gender equality? I believe with gender equality, everyone is equal, but people have come to realize that they have to make a difference between a man and a woman, which is not the best. I have been fighting for gender equality for so long now, for like 2 or 3 years, but I have seen that there are certain things that are changing. There are things that are coming to reality. Yes, because I've seen that with ladies, we have to give them, especially for young girls, we have to give them that chances to be educated so that even if they go somewhere, they should be proud that now, even what happens, they cannot be deceived. Yes, so and I think that these are some of the sustainable goals that I am working towards it, and I believe that I will achieve it, and I have already achieved it already. Yes.
That's really nice. And when you talk about the sustainable development goals on gender equality and also on education, so yeah, so I guess there's some echo, but yeah, no worries. When you talk about the sustainable development goals, particularly for education and also for gender equality, so I wish to know from you what are some of the challenges, or what are some of the problems that you are observing in and around your community area.
Okay, some of the problems and the challenges I face, especially since I'm an operation manager at Electric Africa, which with my team we work together to provide solar panels, and we also with government subsidies, which they assist us in 1 or 2 ways. So I have discovered that I have come with some of the challenges I have seen is that the problems is lack of understanding, lack of that unity, which I have come to realize that it is easier to really take someone the way he or she is, the way he or she was even born. Yes. And to make sure that we need to understand them the way they are. But if we are like keep on complaining all the time, we keep on saying this person has done this, we are not going to move forward. But if you come together to understand someone's character, which you know that that is how the person is, then why not? We have to use that character and work together. So there is a lot of challenges I have gone through, but I have come to realize that let that challenges not move me. Instead, it should motivate me. Yes, it should motivate me more and more to ignore other things that comes and look for solutions. So I see that with what I work with electric as an operation manager, I just with some of the team I work with, some want to prove a little bit, but I've come to realize that I have to put them on the right track because we are there to serve the community. We are not there to do it on our personal gain. So when we serve the community and the community smile, it's a blessing already. Yes. That is why it is being said. When you do so, they say that you have to, when doing something, you have to do it with all your heart. Yes, and all of us we have a mission here, and we have to do that mission so that in order when tomorrow someone stands somewhere, they should be proud that no, I have benefit from what others are doing. So that is it.
That's really optimistic, Nishank, which makes me ask you another question. So maybe you can try to mute your mic the time when I'm speaking because I feel there is some kind of a message which is coming.
I'm not. The network seems to disturb, so I'm not getting.
Yeah, yeah. Can you try unmuting your mic when I am speaking because I'm feeling some kind of an echo which is coming.
I'm not the network. I'm not getting.
Okay, okay. So let it be. So okay. So my next question to you is, what are some of the challenges that you
Yeah, what are
faced
some?
during the time of pandemic in your community?
Yeah, okay. Some of the challenges I face in my community, some of the challenges I face in my community is that how can I even put it? Because I think that is my community have some challenges, not me having the challenges. So if I'm to put it, I would tell them, I would say that the community, which they are the people, there are some people in the community which they need help, which they need somebody to talk to, who they need somebody to share their worries to. Yes, those are the people who they have some challenges. But people like us who we know that these are the things that we have to serve to our community, provide them shelter, provide them one or two things to them so that at least they should not think that they are alone. So when we see some of those challenges, and that is why those are the challenges that we have decided for, like those in the northwest and southwest, we have decided that we are going to provide them some materials, which means that in the beginning of June, we have to provide them, like I said, mosquito nets and bag of rice, savon, even sanitary pad, because most ladies is very important to them. So those are the needs that they need the most. So we are trying to see how we can solve the problems in the community and making sure that they are very happy. But if everyone is happy, why not them to be happy? Why not them? So we have to smile all the time. We have to be happy and still thank God. Okay.
All right, that's really nice thoughts from your end. I wish to know one more thing. So, like you have mentioned that it's been like 2 or 3 years, 2 to 3 years that you have continued to work for the rights of your community area, of your community members. So, I wish to know how far have you reached in your vision of creating a more equitable and a more just society, and what are some of the policy level interventions that are required at the moment, which will help you in achieving your vision which you are trying to attain for your community members?
Though I did not really though I did not really get to, because immediately we are talking, the I think the network was really disturbing. So what I just heard from your question at the end, that you are saying that my vision, are you talking about the vision or what I have achieved so far in my community?
So, vision for your long term vision of making your society more equitable and more just, specifically when we are talking about women, female members of your community area who have been facing a lot of challenges at this point of time. Yeah, can't hear you.
Yeah, can't hear you. Okay. Yes, like you say, especially females, which we look at. Will I just take an example of, let's see, the International World Menstrual Hygiene Day is coming, which is on the 28th of May this month. Yes, and it is a day where we recognize every girl child, every female around the world. Yes, which that particular time we use it to make sure that they have to benefit from what other organizations they need to provide. Yes, in the community, like I have seen to situation like all this why I was like I visited some schools to talk about some menstrual hygiene with ladies, with girls, gather them to hear their worries and everything. I came to realize that most of them are very ignorant. Most of them don't even know how to count their menses. Most of them don't even know how to count a period, and it becomes a time where you see there is an early pregnancy in the world. So this particular opportunity we use, we take time to meet them and educate them about their menstrual cycle. Another one expressed herself that she was like saying that she's unable even she's unable to express herself to even to her mom or whatsoever. But I made her to understand that no, you have to meet your mother, express your worry to her. They have solutions. So I make them to really understand that they should always open up. They should always open up their mind. Yes. But a lot of them are very ignorant. A lot of them are in a situation where they cannot open up. So I take that time, I meet them, I exchange word with them, I educate them and make them to understand that menstruation is not a taboo. It is something that is very natural. So they should not be scared of anything. Because as a woman, if you don't menstruate, will you be proud and stand in front of the public and say you are a woman? No, you cannot. You cannot stand in the public and you are proud of it. So I really make them to understand. They were really happy because I have visited like 17 schools all this while to like meet them and discuss with them. So at least doing that, I have really changed the mind of young ladies. At least they have really benefited.
I guess there is some network issue and we are just waiting for the guest to join. we'll end this session over here, and we'll continue it on some other day, because there seems to be some kind of a network issue from Nachang's end, because of which he's not able to connect back. We'll be there. We'll be coming up with another session soon with all of you. So stay tuned. Goodbye.